Yeah, I take out the dupe. Right. Did anybody notice that the first few times? Yeah, I know, misdirection, very strong stuff. But once you have the extra knife hidden in your hand, keep it hidden. That tips the gaff. Keep it hidden. All you have to do is switch the knives. Now that part takes practice. I'll do it again. I'll switch them back, you see? Of course, never let the audience see both knives. That ruins the trick. Now here's a better way to do the switch because the hands never get close together. Much better technique. Look, this far apart. Red knife way down there. Yellow knife way up here. They never get close. Watch. This is a much better technique. I think you'll agree. But I'm not actually at liberty to disclose the details of this particular technique. But here's a strange thing. It's red on both sides unless I only rub one side. And if I tap it, then only one side changes. The other side stays the way it was. So what's the dang doggone deal on that? You might want to check that knife out for yourself. Yeah, that's right. And it works with any side, and you don't even have to change the whole knife. Look, just one side. Look, I'll just change it halfway. Snap the fingers. That stops the color changing process right in the middle. Oh, good grief. Good grief. Ooh, good grief. You realize we'll have to edit that out later. Now, if you ever do this at home, and I highly recommend that you do, don't stop halfway. Don't put your thumb in the middle, because that usually smudges right where the two colors join. But once it's dried for life. Everything could be examined, and as always, you finish clean. Wow. That's a damn dog. Yeah, shake it. That's good. Shake it. No, rub it. You got to rub it. Yeah. No, you got to shake all the mercury down to one end. Yeah. Well, I guess it's time. I guess it's time to share a little something personal about myself. Long before I vowed to use my powers only for good. I used to play cards for a living. Really, it was a great job. I'd get up every morning, I'd say, well, honey, I got to go to work. It's going to be a busy, busy day in the card room. I would like you to see that this is a regular deck of cards. They're all here, all different, well mixed. Okay, fine. No, I know, that was a tad fast. So for you, I will weave the corners of the cards together. This, by the way, is called the weave shuffle. Now I can make what we call in the magic biz the jumbo double fan. Ooh. Ah. All right. Now twice as many people can see twice as many cards in only half the time. And now for you slower readers. The point is they really are all here, all different, very well mixed, and I need to have some cards selected in the fairest possible way. Are you busy? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. Would you help me out for just a moment? Take about half of the deck. This is called do as I do. So do as I do. Take about half the deck. First thing I need to have you do is mix up the cards just a little bit more. Shuffle them up any way you like. When you're finished, put 2 cards down on the table, and I'll do the same thing. Just 2 cards. All right? That's pretty fair so far. Shuffled up, pick 2 cards. Turn the rest of the deck face upwards. Now, it's important to remember, I put my 2 cards on the table first before you selected yours. I'm going to take your 2 cards, put them face down in my face-up packet, so they're facing in the opposite direction. Would you do the same with these, please? After you've done that, just put the packet down on the table, and we're ready to proceed. Now, let's recap. The cards were shown, thoroughly mixed, shuffled. You mixed them, I mixed them. We exchanged 2 cards each. Now, let's see how well we've done. These are the 2 cards you gave me. And before you put 2 cards on the table, I put 2 cards on the table for you. That's right here. Now, here's the strange thing. I don't know why this works. Hey, you're jumping the gun. Over here, we happen to have 2 cards, a red ace and a black ace, the ace of hearts and the ace of clubs, which in itself is quite a feat. Although I seem to be the only one who thinks so. More amazing is the fact that these 2 cards over here just happen to be, could they be the other 2 aces? Ladies and gentlemen, 4 of a kind. You can't do better than that. Wow. Ah, thank you. It's a fine, fine hand of poker. Now, I don't play cards myself. I don't even play solitaire. It's like, what's the point? Now, remember I was talking a moment ago about misdirection? Remember that? Yeah. Were you here then? What I was talking about was physical misdirection. That's the most blatant type in the world. If you were walking down the street minding your own business and all of a sudden you hear an explosion, or you turn and you look, right? You look. That's physical misdirection. Much more subtle is misdirection of the mind. Are you ready? Are you up for this? I'm going to attempt to misdirect your mind. Psychological misdirection. And I just happen to need 4 aces to do this. How convenient. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Only 3 questions. And the first 2 questions are very simple. The third question, however, will be the trick question. And I tell you this in advance. Question number 1, what is the color, red or black, of the first ace? Black. That's good. That's good. Without a moment's hesitation. Ace of clubs is black. Always has been, always will be. Question number 2, just as easy. What's the color of the next ace, red or black? Black. That's right. That's 2 for 2. You're on a roll. Okay. However, it is now time for the trick question. The trick question is this. Out of the 2 black aces, clubs and spades, which ace would you say most people would say is on the top, clubs or spades? Clubs. Most people would say clubs. But that's why it's the trick question. The actual answer is spades. Clubs is on the bottom, and these 2 red aces are here just to confuse you, and that's all there is to it. Ah. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. How do they do that? Ladies and gentlemen, the mystery of the Chinese laundryman. Yeah, very ancient story. But for this, you need to use your imagination. Your imagination. Imagine that this length of clothesline is a length of clothesline. And imagine that this piece of laundry is a piece of laundry. Are you with me so far? I know it's a bit of a stretch. This is ancient Chinese tale. Way back in the old days, long before the invention of clothespins. This is how the Chinese laundryman would attach his laundry to the clothesline. He would always take the clothesline first. It's quite unusual. And he would tie the clothesline around the laundry like this with a double knot. Now you'd think that would be pretty secure. Usually it is, but they want to be extra sure. So what they would do then is they would tie the laundry like this with a double knot. So when you think about that, the clothesline's tied to the laundry is tied, and then they take the ends of the clothesline, they tie it to 2 trees, between 2 trees, and that's how they dry their laundry. Are you with me so far? Oh, yeah. All right. Now here's the weird part. You might wonder, what about monsoon season? It could rain. I was thinking the same thing. It could rain at any time with no warning whatsoever. What do they do when they've got all this laundry tied to the clothesline? It starts to rain just like that. Ah, this is very important. This is why the Chinese laundryman would always carry a hole in his pocket. You might have noticed that's why they have their cuffs tucked into their boots. Yeah, it's true. I have a hole in my pocket right here. How convenient. All you do is you put the hole right on the clothesline like this. Then when it starts to rain, you slide the laundry up to the hole, comes right off. Ladies and gentlemen, Chinese laundryman. Voila. Whoa. Whoa. An interesting thing here. Some people actually call this the mystery of the traveling marbles. And it uses 2 borrowed hats and 4 different colored marbles. Now, I don't know about you. I don't find a lot of hats these days, and marbles are passé. So what I do is if you go to a restaurant and you find some sugar cubes and a couple of table napkins, you can perform this mystery. Quick, easy mystery. Now watch very closely. I do nothing. Man, you're really watching. That's good. It's a simple mystery with 2 napkins, 2 empty hands, 4 sugar cubes. Oh, I should have shown you. 4 sugar cubes, that's it. Nothing else. Over here, absolutely nothing. Well, nothing. The mystery is I take sugar cube number 1 invisibly. I do this, and it vanishes. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm serious. There were 4 here a moment ago. Is that right? Yes. Look. Of course there were. Only 3. No, okay. Where'd it go? Look, I'll do it again. I know you didn't know what to expect, so I'll do it again. 1 over here, 3 over here. Number 2, watch this time, no fake transfer. I do this, gone, but not forgotten. A moment ago there were 3, but look, now, only 2, just 2. Over here,